Hello, Virgo. So here's your reading for February 19th through about the 25th. These are general. Take what works and what doesn't work just doesn't work. But if you stumble upon this reading at a later date, there may be something in it for you. But let's see what the cards have to say. In your recent past position, you have the King of Pentacles. In your current energies, you have the Four of Wands. In your near future, you have the Four of Pentacles. In your challenging position, you have the Six of Wands reversed. And what is recommended for you is the Seven of Swords. So the King of Pentacles represents that in your recent past, you really had a lot of growth and expansion. You know, he's very, very stable. It's a great card. This could be monetary. Things have been going really well. You've kind of maybe reached a level of achievement, or you've gained some aspects in your life, either monetary, financially, or a job or a relationship or whatever, but something you've really come full circle with something, and you've been able to kind of grow or expand in some type of way. And it's a very good card. It's a very good indication of success and prosperity and just really having aspects in life, I don't want to say balance, but just really being satisfied with what you've worked hard for, and just really having that kind of achievement in a sense, and getting to a place where you could really enjoy that. So, but your current energies is the Four of Wands, and this is a card about celebration. So you have something to celebrate. Maybe you've been working towards a situation or a degree or anything. This could represent anything in your life, and you've actually you've achieved it, and now you've kind of are able to celebrate it, and there's a joyous time. People are happy for you. So this is a really wonderful card. But what's coming in for you is the Four of Pentacles, and this could indicate that you feel like you have to keep things to yourself, like you're holding on to stuff. Could be monetary things. Maybe you feel like you're not going to have enough money, or there's something that you don't really want to further expand into, or you're worried about expanding into. Because it's interesting, because the King of Pentacles to me is a little bit about that, I don't want to say good luck, because this luck you've really put your blood, sweat, and tears into. Because the Pentacles are, they're kind of more of the monetary and the physical, tangible items. So I feel like you really worked towards something, and you've achieved it, and you've achieved a level of success, and you can kind of enjoy that. But you might be worried coming in for you about maybe pushing forward. Maybe you've hit a point where you feel like, oh my God, I put so much work into this. I just want to stay here for a little while. You don't want to kind of push to the next phase, because you just want to enjoy a little bit of the success you currently have. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, but the Four of Pentacles is always kind of a warning that even if you just want to stay stuck, because I don't think this is necessarily like a bad stuck in this reading, this Four of Pentacles. I just think it's like you just kind of want to have a moment where you're like, okay, I have everything I want right now. I'm going to just stay here. I'm going to stay in this energy currently, because I feel like you might have put in actually a lot of work with something. And you just might want to just enjoy it and ride it out a little longer. And I don't think that's anything bad with that. So, but your challenge for the week is the Six of Wands in reverse. And this is also a card about achieving something and having public recognition for your achievements. But because it's in reverse, this is indicating that you don't really want to share that with the public. You kind of want to keep it more private. So whatever this represents for you, I really feel like you've definitely achieved something that you worked very hard with, and something that potentially has a great deal of growth and expansion for the future as well. And I think you're celebrating right now that you're in a celebratory type of phase with this. But coming in for you, you just want to hang in this phase a little bit. You don't want to really push forward too much. You might just want to kind of enjoy this level or whatever you've achieved currently. But it seems like you want to kind of keep it to yourself. For whatever reason, you want to maybe not let everybody know, or maybe you let the immediate people around you, but maybe you don't want to go on social media and just kind of scream it to the world. So for some reason, you're trying to keep something a little bit private and hold on to it a little bit more. And I don't think that's always a bad thing. But what's recommended for you is the Seven of Swords. And this is about being strategic. So here's another card of kind of strategy. So I think you'll know for yourself. You'll know what this represents for you. But I think however you're going about this, you need to remain strategic because, for instance, because this is your challenge right here. So this is what's challenging you, and holding it, keeping it to yourself, whatever this represents. And because you have a card of strategy here, maybe this situation can indicate that you could get further growth with something, but you have to let it out. You have to let the cat out the bag. So for whatever this is, you might be celebrating, but you might want to, maybe there's somebody that you can tell that could actually help boost you a little bit higher. So, because here's the thing, I think this is saying, because your challenge is that you're not really letting other people know about whatever you're celebrating, but what's recommended is for you to be strategic. So I think this is saying that maybe don't let everybody know, but if there's somebody that could actually kind of be beneficial to some way, I'm not saying that you're using this person, but maybe they work for a company that it would be really great that you got a job at or something. And if you let them know, let's say you got some certification or you have some new skill set or something, whatever this represents, you could let that person know, oh, by the way, I've just completed this thing. I just completed this degree, or I just completed whatever this is. And if you want to get a job in that company, then it would be strategic that you let that person know and you don't have to let your whole Facebook know. So I think take that how it works. So take that how that works for you. Let's see what other cards we get for you guys. Okay, so first up, we have the Whale Spirit. Trust the Great Mystery. I love this guy. This is my stoner of the deck. I'm not even joking. I love this guy. Me and him are two different energies. I'm very, I am not relaxed. I am stressed out all the time. Even days where I have, like, there's a time in my life where I have nothing really to stress out, I will find something to stress out about. Like, I don't know what it is with me. I just cannot just really just chill for a long period of time. It's not the way I am. It's not the way I've been designed, but that's okay. But this guy, we would drive each other nuts. He would drive me nuts, but I really like the Whale Spirit. I think he might be my favorite in the deck. He's just like, no, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's the great mystery. Just trust it. And he's like, you'd be like, well, Whale Spirit, what is the great mystery? He's like, oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's the great mystery. It's supposed to be your mystery. We're not supposed to know. And then you'll be like, well, if we don't know, like, how do we trust it, Whale Spirit? And he's like, because it's the great mystery. That's the kind of energy he's coming with. So he's saying, when he's here, he's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Virgos. It's going to be fine. It's a great mystery. You don't need to stress out about it because the Whale Spirit's not stressed, and he's here to let you know that you can just trust it. So I love him. I love his energy. He drives me nuts, but I love that kind of like, oh, it's fine. Don't worry. So he's like my fave here. So that's great. So that's a great sign that you have him, because I think this could indicate that you might be a little worried about sharing certain things with certain people, and you might, even if you feel like you have to be strategic, well, when you're strategic about stuff, now you're trying to figure out the best way to go about that and how to do that and everything. So that's always a little bit, I don't want to say stressful, but it's always a little bit trying to figure out. It's a lot of mental work in a sense, and analyzation. But the Whale Spirit, he's like, don't worry about anything. It's fine. Just, you're fine. It's fine. We're all fine. It's all good. So that's what he's here to say. Like, it's fine. So I love that guy. Anyway, so as you're right, get laser focused. And Moonstone, live your purpose. So I think with the laser focused, you know what's interesting though? Because I wonder if what's coming in for you, because this Four of Pentacles, I really feel like for this specific reading, to me, he's very focused. Like, he holds on to stuff, but because he's afraid of losing something. But I wonder if, in a sense, you're here holding on to like a poker player. You're holding on to your cards. You're holding on to, Because to me, this energy doesn't really seem like that you're afraid of losing, because it's so positive and it's very strategic. So I wonder if you, in a sense, you're having to be like a poker player at right now and hold on to your ace card or your cards or however. I don't know. I don't play cards. I don't really know anything about that, but you might have to be holding on to certain strategic elements coming forward. So I wonder if you getting laser focus is actually kind of figuring that out, because this is all about you have to be strategic. And then now you're worried. Your challenge is sharing too much. You know, you're afraid you're going to share too much. So I think whatever this is, I think you have something really good going on, but you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot in a sense. So you got to figure that out. So, but I think you getting laser focused, and I don't think this you celebrating is a bad thing, because I feel like with the King of Pentacles, to me, he represents a lot of work that's been put into something, you know? So I think you should be celebrating, but I think this is also saying that you need to kind of figure out the next stages of the game. Now, the Moonstone, live your purpose. And I think this is saying that if you want to do something, you just need to continue to move towards that and don't get derailed. Because maybe some of you just achieved a certain level of success, but now this could be that there's a next level that you really want to get to, but you're like, oh my God, I don't even feel like dealing with that right now, because maybe it requires more learning something different or more work or whatever, and you might be like, I just want to take a break. So, but I think this is saying there's nothing wrong with taking a break, but I think this is saying don't stay. If you really want the next level, take a break right now, take a pause, but you know, don't forget that you want to level up, because that's your purpose. So this is just continuing to say you got to go with what you want, proceed forward in the direction that you want. Now, addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. Now, with this obsession and possession, this could be going with the Four of Pentacles. This, because he can indicate really like holding on to something. So for some of you, you might be, this could even indicate that you're holding on to an idea or an aspect or something in your life that if you let go, you're going to be feeling you're entering new territory and you're not quite comfortable. This is maybe could be like you holding on to a comfort zone as well. But, and I wonder for some of you, if this codependent here, if you feel like you're worried about sharing some information, I wonder if it's almost like you're concerned that, I don't want to say that you're going to be not disappointing somebody, but sometimes when you change things about yourself, other people are not quite happy, because then it forces them to actually look into should they be changing something about themselves. So I wonder for some of you if there's like a codependent person or somebody who's a little controlling and you're trying to move into a different direction, but they may not be fully happy with your direction. And then this would be saying that you need to live your purpose and don't worry about them. Just trust the great mystery. Everything's fine. So flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. And I kind of feel like this is going with the Four of Wands here, because you're celebrating, I think, for the right people that maybe share your achievements or what's going on, this good aspect in your life. So I think that's positive. Now for your quote, you have your positive quote for the week. You have, the darkest nights produce the brightest stars. And I feel like this is just reminding you, because even though you're celebrating something, I feel like you've kind of potentially went through some of the trenches with the King of Pentacles. So I think this is just reminding you that all your work, it's not in vain, you know, and you might still face more challenges, because this could be like even a milestone. This could represent like you've achieved even a milestone. So you may have more work to do going forward, but you just need to acknowledge that you can overcome the tests, you can overcome the challenges. Now your affirmation card is, today I am confident. Today I am who I am, and I am capable of doing anything that I put my mind to. And that's fantastic. Your Bob Ross quote is, however you think it should be, that's exactly how it should be. And I think this is just reminding you that your thoughts are your reality. If you think a certain kind of way, well, then that's how everything is, and that's through the lenses you perceive the world. So if you are seeing things in a negative way, if you shift into a positive mindset, which is not always easy to do, But if you shift into a different mindset, then you see the world through a different lens, and that becomes your reality. So I think that's fantastic. Now, the spirit of the dish that shall be with you in this week is the Fallen, which is the spirit of the apple. So maybe some of you are still on your quest for learning. And I mean, we learn all the time. We still learn. You know, you don't have to be in school to be learning something. So, but you have the Fallen, the apple. Okay, let's see what else we get for you. Your dinner and a movie is thriller, films, and American food. The energies that you either need to tap into or be aware of are Leo, and this represents ego, individuality, and confidence, and Aquarius, and this represents independence and eccentricity. And they're a little bit outside the box thinkers. Like my mom's an Aquarius and she comes up with some crazy stuff sometimes. So I think with the Seven of Swords, with this little bit strategic card, I think this is just reminding you, you might need to come outside the box a little bit. And you also have the South Node, which represents things that you need to let go of. And you have Mars, which is all about that kind of energy, initiative, and that kind of spark and that fieriness. And you have the 5th house, which represents passion, love, success, and creativity. And you have the 9th house, which represents higher education, growth, expansion, religion, and philosophy. You have number 1, and this is going to be the special guest that will answer your question today, Virgos, shall be the Magic 8 Ball. You have B, S, T, O, H, P, W, 7, 6. And you have Focus. So this is another card of focus. Where was the other card of focus you had? You have Get Laser Focus. So yeah, you guys enjoy your celebration, enjoy the milestone, but also keep on keeping on. Let's see what little charming we get for you. Oh, this one. So you have the moon and the stars. So this is saying reach for the stars, and if you end up on the moon, that's really, really good. So this is saying dream big, go after your big goals. Don't be short-sighted. Like, go for the long thing. And even if you don't quite get to the full destination, you're going to get to a great destination. So that's great. Okay, now let's bring our special guest over. Curious. Think of your question, Virgos, and let us ask. Oh, mystical, magical 8 Ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Virgo's question? It says, very doubtful. The 8 Ball has spoken. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.